Hello, everyone. Thanks for taking a look at these operational updates from me, Michelle Nichols, WVS Director of Operations. So we're going to talk about exam access codes, multi-factor authentication, what's new around the corner with Buzz, some Smartsheet stuff, direct enrollment, and then we're going to end it on something exciting for me, the coach satisfaction survey and the 1-month survey on items that are changing. And this is where it really gets to you and us looking at data and using data and sharing data with you. So let's get started. All right, what do we need to know about exam access codes? Well, the key is they're just that now, exam access codes. Shh. The word password is never to be used again. I'm trying really hard to get that out of my vocabulary and to just, whether it's in the subject line or the text of documents, just call them exam access code. So in your training course, you will have a new template to help our office collect the exam access codes. We still want you to share exam access codes with coaches in communications when learners are ready for them, and or if it's part of your welcome letter to coaches, that's a-okay too. But keep in mind, really we're collecting them in the WVS office, so when the program coordinators get a call and they have a learner sitting in front of them ready to take the exam, they can easily share that information with them. Why the change? We're trying to really be secure and not to have data out there that should not be out there. So even just know when stored privately in a Google Workspace, we do not want exam access codes stored in plain text files. How we're going to do it now is we're providing a safe way and a solution to share that out using our own exam access codes, not to be called passwords, right? So thanks for helping us make that change in vocabulary, and we will be sharing that with coaches as well about that change. So after exam access codes, we want to talk about multi-factor authentication. Again, this is just another layer of security requiring you to identify yourself by more than just your username and password. You're going to be required to enter a code once daily. This can be easily toggled on or off, and we have a link to the document in the training course. So it shows you where this should be located in My Genius Edit. And we're really, again, it's a toggle on and you go to the same location to disable it, right? So it's easy peasy to do that. And really, when do you want to do this? When you're on public Wi-Fi, especially if you're traveling. Boy, we have some world travelers. Thank you for helping us keep your travel document up to date too, because IT at CISA9, if they see you logging into your at CISA9.org account in a location that's not typical, that's a red flag that they have to investigate and reach out on. So this is all about security. If you're sharing a computer, if you're connecting to public Wi-Fi when you're traveling, just make sure the learner's data and other data about our schools and partners are safe on the device you're using. All right. Buzz Learning Management System. Again, Buzz has announced some updates for 24-25 school year. We want you to watch your teacher newsletter for when we're notified that some of these will be released with any tutorials or other resources that Buzz shares. Why? These are going to be rolling out through 24-25. And if you want to see some of them, you can click on this link, and we think you're really going to like them. I mean, I know one of the things we hear from teachers a lot is about ease and going back and forth communication from where a learner is in the course or from the grade book or the feedback screen. And guess what? There's going to be some instant messaging, or messaging, I should say, internal messaging back and forth that comes through like a teacher's inbox. So where can you see this? Right in the grade editor, you'll be able to see this back and forth conversation between you and a learner. What's also nice is that if a student is in an activity and they're stuck, they send a message from that activity, and when you get it, it's going to include a link to right where the student was working. Because quite often we do a lot of back and forth just trying to figure out where a learner is at to try to support them, right? So that's in there. There's going to be some different screens and access point for templates. There's a new icon on that as well. So here's that icon. You can go easily from the feedback box, click on that versus how you had to access it before. So just stay tuned on that. And again, the teacher newsletter is going to be the best place to get that information. As we become aware of it, we'll make you aware, and it's going to roll out throughout the year. And that includes things that are on the next screen. We preluded to this in the 2024 March teacher newsletter about some other aid updates, and these were really AI connected, whether they're to support student and family or teachers and administration. Again, it's going to be rolled out during the upcoming school year. A lot of these things will need to be activated, and they could have potential costs, so some may not be activated. Also, when things come up related to activation, we always can't make changes because it might impact everybody that's working within our infrastructure, so our Wisconsin eSchool Network member friends and others, along with WVS. So it's some are an all or nothing, and some are kind of by individual like entity. So stay tuned on those again. We'll keep you updated as best we can on what we know. One thing you've been asking for, or maybe not so much our teachers, but you hear a lot from parents, schools, and learners on this, is we did put blackout dates to remove weekends a long time ago, but we've been asked continually about getting vacations in there. As you know, we couldn't have all vacations in the system, or there wouldn't be any days left to sign stuff, right? Because everybody is across the board on when they take those. We did add in some holidays, as you can see on the screen, and this will avoid those reach outs on those major holidays. Also watch the newsletter because we may be tweaking when our normal business hours are for our office. And if you want to get a hold of us, that'll be key. We'll announce it when it officially changes in your teacher newsletter. Smartsheets. Hey, this is a great project management tool. If you've been working with Larissa and special populations, you maybe already have gotten a Smartsheet, or you will this year, around learners and their needs on that. We use a Smartsheet form to collect your teacher profile. That's how we're getting your exam access codes. The add-on services you heard about earlier, we're collecting information and coordinating that whole process through Smartsheets. You might see a summary from rounding. Just know it's a way for us to collect and get information to you, but at this time you do not need an account. And we want you to avoid requesting a paid account, to join a group, and please don't unsubscribe from notifications, or we can't get information to you or collect information from you. So thank you for that. All right, direct enrollment. So schools have always had the ability to directly enroll. We typically have them use our course request process, so we have time to review it, process that. As we grow, and for some of other situations, we have expanded that so that we've made them a little bit more aware of the ability to do this. But again, some have found it on their own too. So schools who use their own teachers will directly enroll. For those districts looking to have large groups or small groups of learner with the same teacher, we're allowing them to directly enroll so that they can do that. And then really, schools that have partnered with us a long time and understand the parameters of how much time they can access, when they can do this, we want them to enroll 3 to 5 days before the start date, no sooner. Keep in mind, if you see those enrollments come in, you want to send your welcome letters on their start date, or maybe the day before, because the content access doesn't begin until then. If you see any notifications for learners coming in really early or at odd times, let us know, and we'll support dropping those learners, transferring those learners. Thank you for taking a look at some of these onboarding tasks. This is long, so there's going to be a part 2. Stay tuned.